Hi, I'm Caitlin Classing, and I am here with the summer update vlog for Rust Never Sleeps, owned and bred by Darlene and Andy Judd of Mare's Nest Farm. And if you've been watching the Futurity for the last few years, you're probably very familiar with me. I've had the privilege of doing these videos for a fair number of horses, but you're probably less familiar with my husband and business partner, Dan Classing, and seeing as he is Rust's primary rider, I thought we'd pick his brains today and get a little insight into what Rust has been up to. So, Dan, first of all, tell me what has been the most enjoyable part of working with Rust?
I'd say, we really like working with thoroughbreds. It's rare that you get to do a thoroughbred that didn't have a racing career, which sometimes they have baggage, sometimes they don't have baggage, but oftentimes you are kind of working through some things that they had done at the track, maybe one-sidedness, maybe just being a little bit hot or fractious, things like that. So it's a rare opportunity to work with a thoroughbred that is kind of a clean slate.
Perfect. And in your time with Rust, have there been any challenges you felt like have been particular to him in his training, or just more general young horse challenges?
He, every once in a while when we were backing him, he could be a little bit cold backed. Like, I wouldn't say he's particularly cold backed, but every once in a while, if it was a cold day and he had the day off before, he might have a hump in his back. Mm-hmm. Nothing terrible. And then, like the jumping was pretty straightforward, and that he was pretty brave about it. Like, he was not flustered. Most of the cross country stuff the same. The only exception is he's a little bit funny about the water, and he wasn't so hard to get into the water, but I think it is actually a thing with horses that chestnut horses, and he's a very red chestnut. They can be a little bit skin sensitive, and it seemed that like the splashing of the water on him maybe upset him a little bit. So he had gone in the water easy enough, but then he kind of went through a period where he felt like he lost a little bit of confidence about it. Like, he wasn't so happy about the water splashing on him. He seems to have gotten past that. He seems to have gotten over the hump with that, but that was just one thing that we had to work with.
Okay. And looking back, Rust has now done his young event horse qualifier, where he did get a qualifying score for the championships. Can you just talk me through that event in particular, what you were happiest with for him, and your assessment of him as an upper level prospect?
Yeah, I thought he did a very nice test. I think he showed he's a very, very good mover for a thoroughbred, and he presents a very elegant picture. So I was very happy with all of that. In the jumping, I think they liked him. I think he's a horse that he doesn't always show his scope. He's because he was fairly unflustered with the jumping process. He's not terribly impressed by the jumping, which is good. But I think he's a horse that the jumps will have to get a little bit bigger before he shows what he's capable of from a scope perspective. But I thought he did a very nice jumping round, and I think they liked him well enough. I thought it was a good experience for him in particular, with the water being something to work through, that you can go and kind of have a splash through the water before you start your round. So I thought that was a good part of his education, that he was able to do that. Okay.
And then looking ahead for the rest of his 4-year-old year, what direction do you want to see his training go, and what are you most looking forward to?
I just think it's just progressively getting him stronger. I'd say he kind of runs the gambit. Like, he's a very balanced horse, but he has a little bit of stiffness through his body. So, sort of gymnasticizing him and getting him to let go a little bit, through his body and through his hind end is what I'd be looking to work on for the rest of the year.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me. It's hard to get you to do these things, but I hope everybody got a little bit more insight into Rust, a little bit of information about where he's at and what he's looking forward to. We've been so proud of him, so pleased to have him in the barn, and we're really looking forward to keeping everybody posted on his progress the rest of the year.